Alright, I've been waiting a long time to do this video because I just had to watch the series. I'm going to be doing Cobra Kai. Alright, Cobra Kai, starring Ralph Macchio and William Zacaba, or Zab Zabaka, as the main antagonist. I'm going to tell you guys why I think Cobra Kai is the sequel to Karate Kid that we never got. Cobra Kai is the sequel to Karate Kid, the original Karate Kid from 1984, that we never got. And this TV series, YouTube Red original series, is probably one of the most throwback, kick-ass series I've ever seen in my life, because it is just, it's not just fan service, it's not just nostalgic, it's not just brilliant. And I'm not saying, oh, the acting's amazing on here. Yeah, the acting could do some improvement. Yeah, I get it. But it is just, for me, watching, especially, I want to, this is, keep in mind, I'm not talking about season 1 or season 2 here. I am talking about why you guys should check it out if you guys haven't seen it already. Cobra Kai, the movie where a supposedly wimpy kid gets bullied by bullies, the Cobra Kai, and he finds the now rest in peace and deceased Pat Morita. And also coming back, what I like a lot, another thing I liked about this series is John Kreese comes back. So this series, this series is very cerebral. What I'm saying, because it explores all the aspects that Ralph Macchio, Daniel LaRusso, where he's been after all these years. Because Johnny is now just he's kind of like a failed. He had a failed marriage. He's kind of a drunk now, an alcoholic who works as a maintenance guy, and he's trying to live his life. He's trying to deal. He's still feeling that failure of losing to Daniel LaRusso, and Daniel LaRusso is actually pretty successful. He's now a car dealer, and he's kind of, see, okay. The one thing that I never understood, because when I was growing up, you know, of course, that I never realized that Daniel LaRusso was actually kind of like the bully on to begin with, because he antagonized Johnny Lawrence, but he was just defending himself. But on this, see, so Daniel LaRusso is not necessarily the good guy on this movie. He's not an actual good guy. He's not actually because in real life he is a good guy. He's one of the few Hollywood actors that never went to drugs, you never hear anything about the guy. Everything you ever heard about him, or any pictures he's ever been in, he's pretty laid back. He's just enjoyed life, had kids, whatever, just like everybody, had a good life. And but on here he plays kind of like an arrogant, snobbish almost. He kind of he because Johnny wants to restart. He gets inspired to restart Cobra Kai because there's a couple kids getting picked on this movie, and he wants to teach them how to strike fast, hard, no mercy, sir. So he wants to teach them those same, to him in his world, those rules, those beatitudes, if you will, those values. That's what he thinks to him in his world, those values are they're biblical, because to him they are, because it's kind of like the bad guy that doesn't believe they're a bad guy. To them, that's just like second nature. It's just something that they believe in. And that is what I like about the show too, because it kind of goes under the microscope with Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso, because Daniel LaRusso is actually, like I said, he likes to antagonize. He likes to start trouble. He's kind of like those arrogant people you see on, whatever, growing up or something like that are successful. And Johnny Lawrence he's actually, in his mind, he's doing the right thing. He is doing the right thing. And that's what I loved about this show. And so Cobra Kai that is the reason why I think Cobra Kai is Like, just say if they would have, if Karate Kid Part Two would have never happened, and Daniel LaRusso would have never went to Japan or whatnot, had that adventure in Japan, in Okinawa, with the great Pat Morita, Mr. Miyagi del Karate. Remember that one white guy in the tournament? He kind of says Miyagi del Karate. I just thought I'd throw that in. So it's the sequel we never got, but explained in a episodic series in a very cerebral, a very thought out. The characters are fleshed out. Even all you get to, of course, you're going to meet a new generation of Cobra Kai, and Daniel just, of course, decides to carry on the work that Mr. Miyagi, hey Mr. Miyagi, started. Bit of a body bag. Remember that guy? Actually, the guy who said that actually died earlier this year. God rest in peace, guy who came on the original Karate Kid. He died this year, also, by the way. So okay, so Cobra Kai is you guys should check this out if you haven't seen it. Watch. This is probably one of the best, most underrated shows I've seen. It's because it's not on television. It's a YouTube original series. If you want to just get YouTube Red for a free trial and just watch the whole thing, guys, gals, check it out, man. It's awesome. I love Cobra Kai. I'm glad I did. I watched it, because it's just way too much to talk about. But I wanted to tell you guys why I think Cobra Kai is the sequel to Karate Kid that we never got, because John Kreese comes back, and then there's a kind of like a struggle between him and John Lawrence, because John Lawrence has unforgiving feelings for him for humiliating him, for almost attempting to kill him. I'm thinking in the original Karate Kid, and the if you guys remember that scene from Karate Kid Part Two, he's on, and it just kind of see Cobra Kai. It's kind of like it closes the chapter on all the plot holes that we had in Karate Kid, the original Karate Kid from 1984. So it's a very satisfying experience. It makes you feel, if you're, even if you're not, even if you're not an 80s kid, even if you're not a fan of Karate Kid, you should check this out, man. Check it out, man. If you love the CW, if you love uh, teenager movies, you're gonna love this show. It's great. It's awesome. I love it, and it gives, what I mean, the struggle between Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence. That Daniel was actually the bully because he was antagonizing Johnny Lawrence, and Johnny Lawrence, all growing up, I thought he was the bully. I thought he was a scumbag. I thought he was the kid with the free ride with the rich parents and everything. And okay, I'm gonna give. I know this is not a movie, but I am still gonna give it a rating. I'm gonna give Cobra Kai this rating because it sure as hell deserves it. All right, let's celebrate. This movie is Oscar worthy, or in my estimation, let's celebrate. This TV show is Oscar worthy. All right, you guys, tell me what you guys think about. Have you guys seen Cobra Kai? Watch it. It's damn good. All right. Forget about the acting, just the story and those particular characters I talked about. Focus on those. All right, you guys. All right, I have the YouTube alternative, and I am still your reviewer, and I will see you guys real soon. Peace out. Bye.